Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome to Sports Room. मैं हूं आपका मेज़बान Najeeb-ul-Husnain. We have a very special guest today in Sports Room, former fast bowler of Australia and newly appointed red ball head coach of Pakistan, Jason Gillespie. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Najeeb.
Brings back a lot of memories, you having that stylish long hair, steaming in with your fierce deliveries. So excited to have you in Pakistan.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my hair's a little bit shorter and a little bit lighter now, so it's slightly different. But look, fantastic to be here in Pakistan. I've been made to feel very welcome. It's been fantastic.
You tried our food, not too spicy for you?
A little bit of spice at times. I'm a vegetarian, so I've been trying a lot of the wonderful Pakistani vegetarian dishes. They've been delightful, but yeah, have to keep the spice to a minimum. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and start with your coaching career.
Yep.
And I've done my research. You started from Zimbabwe, a small town called Kwekwe.
It was my first opportunity. You know, I'd played some cricket in India in the ICL, and Heath Streak, the late Heath Streak, was a good mate of mine, and you know, we played cricket together. And I think it was about 6 months or a year after we played, and I got an email from him saying, "You still interested in maybe trying some coaching?" And because the new system in Zimbabwe is they've reset the domestic structure, and there's a team that, you know, we think that you could have an involvement with, and so it just went from there really, and that was my first taste of, you know, being a full-time coach.
From Kwekwe, Zimbabwe to Yorkshire.
Yes.
And I think that was the highlight of your coaching career. 2 championship titles, 5 seasons.
Yeah, had 5 seasons there. It was a wonderful experience. Obviously, I'd played cricket for Yorkshire, which so I knew the place, and knew quite a few people there. It was a great experience. It was a bit of an opportunity for a reset. They'd been demoted to Division 2. The goal was to get back into Division 1 and then challenge for the county title. So, you know, it probably changed the way we went about playing the game. It was a very positive style of play, bit of risk versus reward, willing to lose a game in order to try and win. And unfortunately, we won a lot of games, which helps. But the key to all that was having the buy-in from the captain, the director of cricket, and the players. And the players were fantastic. Again, coaching staff. I learnt a lot again about managing people. Learnt a lot about the game of cricket. Got to work with some wonderful players. You know, guys that went on to play and have had significant careers for England. And overseas players that have gone on and had significant careers for their countries. So just a rich and wonderful experience.
Is this because you like challenges in life, you accepted this role in Pakistan?
I think any coach loves an opportunity to challenge themselves and try and help a team get better and improve. And that's certainly how I see it. I've been very fortunate to coach in many places around the world, but this is my first full-time, I suppose, international coaching gig. Being involved in Test cricket again for the first time since I've played is pretty exciting, and really looking forward to that. Pakistan are obviously a very good Test side, so to be able to come here and help the team get better and play some good cricket, that's what I'm here for, and hopefully I can impart some of my knowledge, and you know, I'm hoping to learn as much as I can from the players and from our coaches and the people here in Pakistan. I want to learn a lot about how Pakistan how Pakistan players want to go about and play their cricket, so that's exciting for me.
When I told a few friends and my people that I'm coming for your interview, this is the question of the people. Are you going to bring the Australian mindset or improve the brand of cricket we play?
Look, that's a good question, and people assume that just because I'm from another country, I'm from Australia, I'm going to impart the Australian way on Pakistan cricket. My goal is for Pakistan to play the Pakistan way and be authentic to how Pakistan players want to go about it. If there's some things from Australian cricket that come in and the players and the coaches feel that can add value, then yeah, we may implement that. But ultimately, I want to ask the players how do they want to play and how they want to go about their work, and just have some really good discussions about that style of play. Because I think what I want, ideally, I want people to actually look at Pakistan from the outside and go, yes, that's clearly how they are going about playing their game. We see other countries around the world, you know exactly how they're going about their style of play. And that's my goal for Pakistan, is to have a clearly defined way of playing, but also be adaptable and be able to problem solve in the moment. Because that's a real...
that's really important. Yeah.
I think that's really important in Test cricket.
You spoke about Australia, and you are the right person to answer this question. Pakistan team is a good team, but what is the reason of our failure in Australia for last 20 years?
Let's be honest, not many teams win in Australia. It's not a common thing to happen.
India has been doing it.
Oh,
West
India
Indies just did it.
Yeah, they're one-off tests.
No, I'm talking about one test. We're not winning it.
Yeah, look, I get it, and it's not an easy place to win. I think Pakistan had their moments over the years. I know in Melbourne, the MCG, the Test match in December last year. There's certainly moments where Pakistan could have driven the game and just probably didn't take the opportunities when they were presented. And when you play against good teams, and very good teams, the likes of Australia, the Indias of the world, you can't afford to give them an opening. So I think that's how you get the competitiveness, I suppose, is you minimise those bad periods. You really maximise when you're on top. You really drive home that advantage. So when you're leading the game, when you're driving the game forward and you're in front, you're in charge, you make sure you stay in front, you stay in charge. And this is where I talked about the problem solving, is that when maybe things aren't quite going your way, how can you problem solve? How can you minimise the damage and find a way to get back into that driver's seat?
Yeah.
They're the keys, and they're the things that we'll explore as a team, as a coaching unit. We'll sort of share our experiences and ask the players. I want us to be a team, and I've spoken to Shah Massoud about this. I want us to be a team that is very open in our communication in the dressing room and bouncing ideas around and sharing thoughts, and then coming up with some solutions. And for us, if we can do that and everyone has a say, everyone will have that buy-in and that collective, because that's what I want. I want us to be a tight unit, a strong unit, all together playing well for Pakistan. That's my goal.
You spoke about Shan Masood. Shan took over the captaincy of the Pakistan's test side, replacing Babar Azam. How do you see him in that role?
I was impressed with what I saw in Australia, and I know Shan's coaching, captain of Yorkshire at the moment, and is doing a fine job there. And I've had a number of conversations with him. He's really enjoying the role there, and he loved the opportunity to captain his country, captain Pakistan, which is great. And he's energised and excited about that, and he's very enthusiastic. So we've had some really good discussions about, ideas on how we can go about our play, and yeah, he's very excited, very enthusiastic, and look, I think we've got a very fine leader there, and I'm really looking forward to working with him and working with all the players my goal as coach, I just want to help the players get better and play good cricket, and if we can do that and we can put some smiles on faces of Pakistan supporters, then I'll go a long way to doing my job.
Yeah, we are really hard to please. So we are going to talk about that. Let's take a short commercial break. Discussion abhi jari hai, kahin mat jayega. We'll be right back. Glad to have you back once again to Sports Room in conversation with Jason Gillespie. Jason, Pakistan has been considered to be a factory for producing fast bowlers. But surprisingly, the last two bowlers who took more than 200 wickets in Test cricket are Wasim and Waqar. So why aren't we producing quality fast bowlers for this format?
You just mentioned two of the best fast bowlers who have ever played the game of cricket. Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus, two heroes of mine, and heroes for a lot of people, not just in Pakistan, but all around the world. And naturally, I mean, any country would want to produce more players like that. And I think in time that will happen. But I suppose it's just getting the structures and the systems in place and getting exposure for young bowlers coming through. What's the pathway? How can we get that pathway right so that we can provide opportunity? One, it's talent ID, identify talented bowlers, and then give them opportunities to grow and nurture and learn, get stronger, work on the technical side of the game, but expose them to match experiences, and then be out there in the middle, because that's how you learn. And so I think it's a pathway situation where you get the systems and the structures in place, and then we'll see. But you know, there's obviously a number of bowlers that are coming through in recent times, and let's hope that the current crop of Pakistan bowlers can continue on their trajectory to be the best bowlers they can be, and hopefully in time, in the next 10 years, the Pakistan public will be talking about current day players in the same breath as they talk about Wasim and Waqar and Imran and the likes of these guys. So, that's certainly something. But you're right. I mean, Pakistan does have a rich history of fast bowling talent. How do we nurture that? That's the question. And yeah, if we can get the systems and the structures in place, then I think that'll go a long way towards improving that situation.
Expectations here are very high, and we want good results. So how are you going to deliver that?
Yep, good challenge, and it's going to be a real challenge. There's no doubt about that. Expectation is high when you have a country as proud and passionate as Pakistan. They love their cricket so much. They ride the highs and lows on a daily basis. We've got to manage the expectation of the players, because the reality of professional sport is you're going to have some good days and you're going to have some not so good days. It is managing that. It's understanding, media understanding that and managing that, and I suppose not putting too much expectation on the players. Understand that the players are human beings as well, and whether anyone likes it or not, players see and hear what's written about them in the media, and they're only human. And if something is really negative and hurtful, that hurts people, and it doesn't just affect the player; it affects their family and friends. So I think people just need to understand that players go out there to do the very best they can.
Okay, talking about Gary, have you been comparing notes? Is he giving you ideas about the team and the players and all?
Oh, look, he's given me some feedback just as a general view, and just some of the players. Obviously, he's interacted with the boys, and I've met a few of the lads. I wanted to meet the guys in person. Obviously, I've had to speak to Shan a little bit as captain, him being over in England. But just in terms of comparing notes, I mean, we're in charge of different formats. So, I know he's done a report to pass on to the PCB, which I'm not privy to because I'm the red ball coach. But Gary and I have spoken, and there are things he's looking at. He's got a bit of time now to sort of really sit back and just take in and reflect on the World Cup, and bear in mind he's only been in that role for a very, very short time, so it's quite new for him. Did
you meet Masroor and you spoke with him, because
yes,
he's been looking after these kids for a very long time?
I met him the other day, and he came up to me and I went to shake his hand. He gave me a big hug. So him and I are going to get along well. He's a lovely man, and very passionate, Masroor, and he shared some of his learnings and thoughts. And I'm really grateful to have him around and to go on this Shaheen's trip, because he's known a lot of these players from a very young age.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So as a resource, he's unbelievable, and just having been at training the other day and seeing the respect he has from all the players, is fantastic to see. That there's that mutual respect. You can tell he loves the players, they love him. It's fantastic, and I'm hoping as a coach, to learn a lot from him, because he's a very experienced coach. Your
first assignment are the 2 tests against Bangladesh.
Yes.
Relatively easy, I would say, because Bangladesh has never won a test against us.
Yeah, I'm certainly not approaching it that way. Look, Bangladesh are a good cricket side. There's no question of that. Any international game, is very important.
Yes, of course.
We need to make sure that we're at our best, and we're well prepared. We're disciplined. We play good, hard, consistent cricket. That'll give us the best chance to have some success, but to best prepare to give ourselves the best chance to win those games.
After that, we are going to face England.
Yes.
And the last time they were here, they defeated us 3-0, bullied us in our own backyard.
Yep.
So are you going to retaliate this time?
I hope so. No, look, certainly England, look, again, it's very clear how they like to go about their cricket. So we'll certainly formulate some strategies to come up with, and some plans to play against England. So that'll be a fun series, and really excited about that. I know that there's a bit of hurt from the last series here, but we've got to take the lessons from that series,
yes,
and apply them, so that, because we certainly don't want to make the same mistakes that we made last time. And looking forward to this time ahead with Pakistan cricket, and hopefully we can all go on a journey together and have some success.
We wish you very best of luck. You were an absolute legend when you were playing, and we were enjoying this second innings of your of your cricket career, and this time as a coach. And again, best of luck. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, man.
नाज़रीन, जेसन गैलेस्पी हमारे साथ थे, और क्या प्लान्स है पाकिस्तान टीम के लिए, किस तरह से टेस्ट क्रिकेट में पाकिस्तान टीम को और कम्पिटिटिव बनाना है और कंसिस्टेंट बनाना है और आगे लेके जाना है, उस हवाले से बात हो रही थी। उम्मीद करता हूँ प्रोग्राम आपको पसंद आया होगा। दीजिए अपने मेज़बान नजीब-उल-हसनैन को इजाज़त। अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिए। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।